So today I want to do my weekly market analysis for the chart. So without further ado, I want to open the chart. So this is the chart. We are going to start with EURUSD. So since the market have opened, we want to see what is happening to the chart, and then after that we want to give our prediction and our point of interest where we want to trade during the week, and what is the market is going to do during the week. And also we want to stay ahead of the market because we want to stay consistent with our strategy, and also we want to know if there is any movement during the week. We are going to see that again, and also using this market analysis we are going to see if the market is going to respect our analysis or not, what we need to avoid and what we need to correct on that analysis. So this is it. So now I want to start by explaining what I've been analyzing from the past week. So this is EURUSD. As you can see, EURUSD was moving down since January 2026. EURUSD was on a downtrend because of these wars and some other reasons. So I was thinking that maybe the war is now ending, and because of this ceasefire the market was going to retest and give us a upward movement which was very strong, but it is not giving us that. It is giving us slowly movements upwards, which is a good sign that the market is now gaining power to buying side. So using this information we are going to see that EURUSD was much influenced by the geopolitical things and some other things, like when the market was moving up in end of 2025, USD was weak and it started moving from 1.15869 to 1.20. so this movement was very fast, and it happened maybe in a short period of time, unlike this movement where the market was trying to go down. It was moving very slow. So when the market has volatility, it will be moving fast, and when the market doesn't have volatility, or there's something which is happening, or there is like conflicts which are causing the market to move, the movement will be high when the intensity of the conflict is high, and when the intensity of the conflict is low, the market will be choppy, like the movement which were happening on this section. The market was very choppy and it was moving sideways, like consolidating at a certain point without moving on, or without moving to a direction or delivering to a target. It was just moving at this point, very choppy. So this is a sign to see whether we can trade or not. So like on this EURUSD, we have three things that we need to see, or we need to look on for us to say we can trade the market or we can trade that pair. We have three things. Number one is Market narrative. Market narrative is how the market is telling us the chart, like how the market narrative is the story of the chart. What is the chart telling us? So the chart can say things in different ways. So the chart can say between buyers and sellers who is in control. The chart can also say the market is hunting liquidity. The chart can also say it is delivering to a target, like when the market is moving fast, it is moving to a certain direction, it is delivering to a target. And also the chart can also say whether it is ranging or consolidating or trending. So the chart can say three things: whether it is ranging, consolidating, or trending, which is number 1 point, between buyers and sellers who is in control, and the last one, the market is it saying it is on liquidity hunting, or is it hunting liquidity or delivering to a target? So this is the first main thing that you need to give or to say for you to know if the market is a good market to trade on. And the next one is market structure. So market structure, this is the backbone of the market. So if you know market structure, you know the backbone of the market. So on market structure, this is when you are now saying, are there higher highs and higher lows on the market, or lower highs and lower lows on the market? Is there break of structure on the market, or is there shift in structure in the market? So market structure is the backbone of the market, and it contains these things: higher highs and higher lows. You need to be able to determine higher highs and higher lows, lower highs and lower lows, and also chart. You need to see if the chart is like is there a break of structure or a shift in structure on the market. So this is the other thing you need to see for you to say the market is for you to know if you can trade that market. You need to know that thing. And the last one, I can't say the last one, but from those three things that I consider is liquidity. So liquidity is the language of the market. For you to know the market is in which phase, you need to know liquidity. So liquidity will tell us if the market is collecting liquidity or hunting liquidity. So on liquidity, like there is liquidity collection and liquidity hunting, or there is delivering when the market is moving to a direction. So liquidity will happen at high on open highs and open lows, week session highs and lows, and it will happen at the top when the market is reversing, or on the bottom when the market is reversing again. So it will happen on support and resistance. It will happen on session high, session opening and session closing, and it will happen on weekly or monthly open. So you need to determine whether the market is in which phase for you to trade it. So on this one, we are going to see if we are going to be able to find what we are looking for, so that we can say this is the right thing to trade, or we are going to give the market time for us to trade on it when it reaches that point. So on this one, as you can see, I've been marked my supply and resistance, my support and resistance, supply zone and demand zone. I've also highlighted some of the things. Let me remove some of the lines. So these lines will help me to know whether the market will retest on that zone, if it is going to retest on it. So on the part of liquidity, you need to know some order blocks too, because the market always respects order blocks, but at a certain percentage, because there are some order blocks which are very, very strong and some order blocks which are weak. So there are two types of order blocks, weak ones and strong ones. You need to see also that, and you need to know on liquidity there is inducement, where the market wants you to enter into, or where the market wants you to enter a trade on a wrong time. You need to know that also, because the market will always test your patience. The market will always test your patience each and every time. So you need to be a person who is resistant, so that you will see that this is a trap and this is the point where I'm supposed to enter my trades. So this is it. So we need to start also to see on this one, what are we going to give, or to what about, like, what are we going to see, or are we going to see a setup, or are we just going to say this market is not yet. So on this one, the market was moving, so we are starting on market narrative, determining the trend of the market. So the market now is in uptrend, because we can see that the market was moving on a downtrend, and then it gives us this consolidation at a lower point, which gives us like a probability, or it will give us it will give us information that it have changed direction from doing these lower highs and lower lows. Let me highlight them: lower highs, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. So this one is not a lower low, because the market is, this low is not lower than the previous low, and then this was the confirmation that the market is now changing this direction from creating low highs, lower lows, low highs, lower lows, to start creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So and if you can see that the market will give us this type of confirmation on the bottom. So what does this mean, this type of confirmation? The market was moving in a downtrend, and then it was fighting buyers to say it is no longer going down. So it gives us a consolidation segment where the market was fighting with buyers. If you go to 1 day, you see that the market created this, and when it was creating this, it was saying no, the market is no longer going down, we are going up. So this is why the market starts to move up in this direction. And what gives the market power to go up is that the conflict was getting a little bit like it was getting low, the violence was getting low, and the oil prices was becoming low each and every time. So that's why, during the start of the war, the market was heavily influenced with the war, and now the market was saying no, this war is happening, so we need to adjust on it. And then it was like digesting the war, and then it was then trying to create a structure out of it, which is much better than creating a dip which was very which was not it. So the market digested the war and started creating something which was better. So this is what EURUSD is giving us. And if you can see now, I have also placed this trend line, which was highlighting that the market was moving down, and now the market have break the trend line and retested on the previous lower high, on which was this one. Let me highlight it, which was this one. And then this one was the one which the market retested and pushes up like this, and ETF came also to that level a second time. So this shows us the market is retesting to this level for it to move up, to continue going up. So this is the first confirmation that we need to consider, because we need to think in two ways. What is the market is doing? So we need to, should we leave this? Okay, we need to leave it. The market you have retested on these tops. When the market is moving, let's say the market is moving in a segment like this, it is ranging, and it is ranging, and then when the market break above the upper point, it will came to that point and retest it. Using this concept, we are going to see that the market, we are now able to see that the market also doing the same thing, which I just gave you. Like now, this one, the market is doing the same thing, so we need to see the market moving up like to the other side. So this is the first thing, our first analysis on that. So if we say the market is going up, where is the market going? Because if the market is pulling back, we can consider this a pullback. If this is a pullback, where the pullback is going, we need to see if the pullback is going to reach this level, because these highs have been retested and pushes the market down. The sellers pushed the market down, and then buyers also came into the market and say, no, we need to push the market up, which is this pulling back. When the market break the trend line, it will push up and then pull back to the same area where it breaks the trend line and start going and reverses to the upside like this. If it happens to the downside, it will reverses to the downside. So now we need to know if the market is going to reach this level, which is my white line. So on this white line, I was waiting for the market to give us our W head shoulder. So for the market to give us that, you need to wait for it to prove that the market is going to give us that. When the market is retesting to a point, it always gives you this type of structure. So this is the structure I have been waiting for. So I need to see this structure for me to consider this market as a potential for me to enter a trade. So the trade I don't want to put long and short, because it will force me to open a trade early. So I need to wait for the market for it to give me the structure, and then I will put the trade. So let's go to the next one. The next one was USD card. USD card is now at a critical stage because it was moving to the downside from the past week. It was moving to the downside, giving us a series of higher lows and lower highs, higher lows and lower lows, and higher lows and lower lows, higher lows and lower lows. So now for us to say it is good to trade, I don't think so, because the structure and so for us we need to consider the three things: narrative, structure, and liquidity. So now the market is on each high level to give us a liquidity segment, which is a liquidity and then the structure is very bad for us to say we can find trades to trade on USD card now, because it have breaked. We can say that the market have break this order block. Let me go to 1J and then zoom. We can say two things on this market. The market was retesting to this zone, which is the greatest zone of all time, and then when the market reaches the zone, it will reverse very, very violently to the downside. Always when the market reaches that zone, it will retest on it. So now which is going to be our confirmation, but we can analyze this market tomorrow for us to see that that would give us a trade for us to say we need a consolidation at this level. Maybe we need a consolidation on this level, which is going to give us this head, this pullback, and this shoulder, this head, and the break of structure to the downside, and then a pullback, and which is going to be our confirmation of this market. And then if this is going to, if USD card is going to give us this, I'm going to say yes, this is a right market to trade, because it is at a demand zone where it is going to receive too much consolidation or liquidation at this level because of the demand zone, and it have also break this order block. Can't say it is very powerful, but it was an order block which caused the market to move. So this is when the market retested to the upside, where it went to reach this point, which is the point that we have said it have power for the market to keep on dropping. So this is our first point that we can see that the market have a lot of sellers than buyers because of the greatest level where it always adjusts and pulls back with power to the downside. So this is the first confirmation, and the second is that maybe the order block, if the market is retesting at the order block like this, it is going to move to the downside. So we need to see something at this level. We can say the market is going down, because when it reaches these previous lows, it is going to give us consolidation. One our third considerations that says liquidity will always tells us where the market is going, which is the language of the market. And we go to USD Swiss franc. USD Swiss franc, I don't like to say something about this. Maybe you can go to NZD USD. NZD USD was moving down during these previous days. It was moving down, and this was also due to the war which was happening, and now the market retested the previous lows and pulls back to the upside direction, which is now a good point to look for the market, what is going to happen. Like if we look at the market, for it to say like the market is at the point of its greatest or its lowest, and the market reaches the lowest point, it will reverse like this. But this level the market retested is not the strongest level that we can say the market will go further. So my analysis right here is that the market is going to reach a certain point and then pulls back to this zone, I don't know when, but it is going to happen at some point in time. So for this one, we need to see the market going to the upside direction, but we have to see the structure first for us to consider it a buy, for it to deliver to this target. Maybe the market is targeting this supply zone. If the market is targeting to this supply zone, it is okay. And also the market is at this order block, which forces the market to dip inside this level or to break this order block. This consolidation caused the market to dip into this order block, which was this one. Let me highlight it. This one, and the market dipped in this to this one. So if the market dipped to this one and then pulls back with high power, we can say that this level is very strong. So the market is now retesting at the point and then moves to the upside direction. When the market did that, we need to see the confirmation for us to say, okay, we can wait for the confirmation. If the market gives us this confirmation saying that the market is no longer interested in going to the downside, because as I was saying, the market is not that strong. This NZD USD is not that strong in buy side. It's a weakness in buy side. So we need to see an upside movement and then a downside movement earlier on in time, not now. But you can consider this movement, and then AUD I don't want to talk much about it. And this one, GBP USD was also moving like Euro USD, moving down, consolidating, moving down. Last year it was moving up, reaching highest high of highest high since 2021 or 2022, and then pulls back, creating lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, perfect lower highs and lower lows. In the market, have break the lower highs and lower lows, and now it is now retesting on top of the lower highs, lower lows, which is the same concept that I was drawing, but the market was moving in a segment, saying that it is no longer going down. Now it is taking the upper direction. So this one, you can say that it wants to reach the supply zone of all-time highs since January. Maybe it wants to reach the all-time highs since January. NZD card, we are also looking for buys here. We're also looking for buys because this is a good setup. This one is a good setup because the market was moving down. The market was moving down, consolidating. So now the market was consolidating in the previous month, and in April a big push to the upside, and then now it came into that consolidation, which is this one. If you look to the left, which is this one, so maybe the market is going to push to the upside at this level. Let me remove this one. At this level, we are going to see a push to the upside. So which is a pullback, to say we are pulling back at the consolidation area and then pushing up to deliver to a target. The target will be this supply zone at the moment. It is this supply zone for this area, on top of the last turning point or on top of the last high. But we always target the supply zone because this is the area where the market will always deliver to. The market will always deliver to a supply zone. So we need to say NZD card we can say okay, it is hard to say we can trade it now, but the setup seems to be nice because the market will break the structure to the upside. If you look at this high and this high and this one, we are going to see that the market will give us the structure like this. Like this. So now it is coming to this level and pushes up to the upside like this. To the upside like this. So maybe the market is going to do this, or it will do something else. Let me put it in green so that I will remember it when I'm going to analyze the market again tomorrow. So this is the first analysis on this NZG card. You need to no, not this one. BTC, no. Yeah. On gold, the market is now turning to the selling side because US dollar is now becoming weaker. So, and the market, the structure of the market, it is now bad. The structure of the market, it is now bad. For us to consider a trade on this one, we need to see a fill on this gap, this weekend gap. If the market filled the weekend gap and then maybe retest at this level, on this level, if the movement is like this, and then the market retested on this level, and then we are going to say, okay, the market is a good market to trade on. USD JPY is at its all-time highs, and then for AUD. So we have analyzed Euro USD card, NZD USD, GBP USD, NZD card, and gold Euro AUD. So on Euro AUD, the market was moving on a downtrending like this. So now I'm looking for buys to the upside because we are at this demand zone. So if we are on a demand zone, we must look for buys unless that demand zone is very weak, or unless we are being induced. So we need to see a confirmation that we can say this is a powerful demand zone, but we need to also be aware of the consolidation or liquidity. So because if you put a trade on the market which is doing liquidation, sometimes it will break the order block and retest to that order block to your direction. So you need to wait for the confirmation to see if the market has confirmed the direction you want to trade on. So this is the first thing, and this analysis we are watching it like we are giving this analysis on 4-hour time frame. We are not giving the analysis on 1 hour or 2 hours or 15 minutes or 30 minutes. Me, I'm an intraday. I do swing trading. So if I am doing my swings, I'm doing it on 4 hours. So this is the analysis for this one. Euro AUD. I'm going to, for the analysis that I have done, I'm going to write it on my Google Docs, so that tomorrow when I'm going to review the charts again, because every day I will review the charts, and I'm going to be dropping videos of my chart analysis every day from today until I'm not going to stop doing this on this channel. I'm going to analyze, give you results, analyze, give you results, analyze, give you results. And then this is GBP AUD, GBP and Australian dollar. We are on that demand zone because these pairs are likely to be the same, but they will differ a little bit. So you need to know if Euro AUD have reached to the point or GBP AUD have reached the point. They will give you like the same structure, but it will be like different in it will be different, but it will be like the same. If you look at Euro USD and GBP USD, it will look the same, but it is different. You need to be wise on that. It will be different. So this one is also doing some consolidation, and we can say we need to trade that now, but this is the analysis, and this is where I think the market will be going in the near future. And then we'll go to card CHF, which is card Swiss franc. I can't say I can give too much about this one because this one, card Swiss franc, it is losing power. So Swiss franc is losing power, and the structure is not good for me to be able to see if I can give an analysis on it. Structure is good. And then we go to GBP NZD, GBP NZD, GBP NZD, GBP NZD. GBP NZD was taking a down movement last week. So GBP NZD was taking a down movement last week, maybe on Monday or Tuesday. It was taking a down movement, and then on Wednesday it have retested or reversed to that Monday opening level. And now we need to see if the market wants to feel this imbalance. If it feels this imbalance, then we will look for sales, because it is likely to feel this imbalance before it moves to the downside. Because on the liquidity, so on the three things we need to consider: imbalances and inefficiencies. We need to look on that because the market will always feel the imbalances. And then we go to Euro NZD. Euro NZD is also doing the same as GBP NZD, but GBP NZD have a much clear confirmation that the market will be going down. Euro NZD, the confirmation is very weak, but we can say that the market have retested to this zone. I can say the market have pulled back in March, and now it is now gaining power to the upside direction. This is now a pullback, break these highs. So maybe you can look for buys at this level, but this is not a strong structure that we can say we can get profit on it. It is a bad structure, and NZD, it can get stronger at any time and pushes this euro down. Because if you see from the day if we do a top-down analysis, the market is now getting stronger in selling direction. It is now getting stronger in bearish direction. So we need to see the retest to this imperfection or imbalances so that you can consider the market is now going down. Maybe it wants to do double tops and then move to the downside, or it wants to sweep the liquidity and then go to the downside. But I'm sure that it wants to sweep the liquidity before it goes to the downside, which is the same as the GBP NZD, which is also doing the same. And if you can see it on on 1 day time frame, it is also sweeping the liquidity on the upper part, or if it reaches to this one, it is going to give us a pullback in this zone, then we sell. Or we can say that the market, we can leave the trade on this one if we are not sure about it. Then we go to GBP card. GBP card was making a series of highs and high lows, going to the upper side. Now the market have now break the structure. So if the market breaks the structure, it will reverse to the side. It will reverse to the downside. So now we are waiting for it to reach this supply zone. When it reaches this supply zone, we look for sales targeting this demand zone. So these are the things we want to see us looking for, or waiting for the market to give us. So this is it for this video. I'll see you in the next video.